So, Brazil versus Germany, the first semi-final of the 2014 World Cup. Who's going to win it? It's a tough one to call. Here are 10 things that you should consider. So, how will Brazil react to losing Neymar? That's the big question, isn't it? It's not the first time that Brazil have lost a major superstar in the middle of a successful tournament run. Back in 1962, 21-year-old Pelé went down in the second game of the tournament, and that turned out okay. Mind you, Luis Scolari told Spanish paper Marca, "We've lost the one player we didn't want to lose." Way to G up the troops, Big Phil. So does Scolari opt to throw Willian or even young Bernard into a high-pressure semi-final, leaving Oscar to take on Neymar's role, or does he opt for a seemingly more conservative, defensively-minded midfield and play Gustavo, Fernandinho and Paulinho together? When you look at some of Brazil's passing stats, returning Gustavo to the lineup makes a lot more sense. Gustavo has a pass completion rate of 90% versus Fernandinho's 92% in the 3 matches he's featured, with Paulinho's record at 82%. Gustavo has created 5 chances this tournament. That's as many as Paulinho and Fernandinho combined. If we ignore the bizarre reports that Neymar may yet return for the final should Brazil qualify, yeah, because forcing your superstar to play in a World Cup final when he's so clearly out of it worked so well for you last time, Brazil, then Fred, Joe and Hulk will have to step up. So far this World Cup, they've got 1 goal and no assists between them. As for Germany's strikers, Thomas Müller has 4 goals so far, but he hasn't scored since the group stages, whilst Miroslav Klose needs 1 more to become the all-time leading World Cup goal scorer with 16. Klose started against France, so Lowe needs to decide whether he lines up with a similar formation against a Brazil missing Thiago Silva, or reverts back to the formation that he played successfully in each of Germany's other games. The absence of Brazil's defensive leader, Thiago Silva, suspended for the semi-final, has gone a little under the radar, with Neymar's injury grabbing most of the headlines. His most likely replacement is Bayern Munich's Dante, whose familiarity with his club teammates in the Germany side could prove to be a big advantage. Brazil have the edge over Germany in the head-to-head battle. In total, Brazil have 5 wins compared to Germany's 2, with 2 encounters between them ending in draws. Their last meaningful fixture was the Confederations Cup semi-final in 2005, which Brazil won 3-2. So what happens if the game goes to penalties? Well, Germany have been successful in all 4 of their penalty shootouts in the World Cup. They've missed only 1 penalty in their history, the 3rd spot kick in the 1982 semi-final against France, which they won 5-4 anyway. Brazil's record reads 3 wins in 4, their single loss coming in their first shootout when Socrates and their current keeper's namesake defender, Julio Cesar, missed against France. You also have to wonder whether Willian and Hulk would step up again, given the fact they've both failed to score their penalties against Chile. Julio Cesar's only clean sheet of the tournament so far came in the goalless draw with Mexico, Brazil's second game of the group stages. Manuel Neuer has kept 3 clean sheets so far, and perhaps encouragingly for Germany fans, out of the 5 teams they've faced, Neuer's shutouts came against Portugal, the USA and France. Joachim Low has only lost 4 competitive games as head coach of Germany. At the World Cup in South Africa, he fielded Germany's youngest ever side since 1934, with an average age of 24.8 years, where they finished 3rd, of course. He led them to another semi-final defeat at Euro 2012, close but no cigar. Luis Felipe Scolari, aka Big Phil, has done something his counterpart hasn't, winning the World Cup with an unfancied Brazil in 2002. But like Lowe, he's fallen short in big games too when managing Portugal, the Euro 2004 final when they lost to the mighty Greece, a semi-final defeat in the 2006 World Cup, and a quarter-final exit at Euro 2008. There you have it. It is a tough one to call. How will Brazil replace Neymar? Will Klose start for Germany? Who's going to win the big game? Let us know in the comments below. And if you can't make up your mind, hot-footing it from Brazil right to the Guardian studio, Asmir Begovic in the house previewing the big game. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to our channel for plenty more great World Cup content. See you soon.